Okay, guys. Hello, everyone. Hi. Um, yeah, I'm having my live stream now because I had some issues with my internet and electricity, and I couldn't have normal classes. But now looks like situation is resolved. So, today we are going to talk. Hi, everyone. We're going to talk about tricky questions for the interviews, right? Interviews in business aviation and customer service. Okay, so very often in business aviation during interviews, they ask about hobbies, right? So, if they ask you about hobby, it doesn't really mean that they are interested in your hobbies. So, what you have to do is to talk about hobbies that are related to your work, which shows that while you're doing those hobbies, you are developing as a professional, right? For example, if we talk about business aviation, yes, flight attendant in business aviation, we know that main skills, right, for flight attention for the flight attendant in business aviation, for corporate flight attendant, are excellent customer service skills, right? Food planning and service, time management, multitasking, and communication, right? Those are the most important skills, right? So, also obviously, flight attendant has to be fit. So, when they ask you about your hobbies, you have to say that you like watching, let's say, culinary programs, watching celebrity chefs, or some programs or bloggers on food and drinks, for example, about wines, right? I love watching shows about wines. I attend wine tastings. So basically, you have to show your interest, which is related to the position you are applying. If you are a corporate flight attendant, if you are a student of Sky Academy, right, you know that being a sommelier is a big plus. Being a bartender or a waiter or waitress from a 5-star or 4-star restaurant is a very important skill. And that would be a massive plus if you are applying for this position. So you have to show that you are interested in those things. Also talk about sports, because a flight attendant has to be fit. So speak about sports. Sports, it's perfect hobby for everyone. So everyone can say that they like going to the gym, running, swimming, playing tennis, whatever. So you have to show that you're definitely fit and sporty. That would go for any job you're applying, but especially in customer service and especially in business aviation if you're applying for the position of a corporate flight attendant, right? So you talk about hobbies, which are food, drink industry, right? Hospitality industry, that you watch celebrity chefs, that you watch different programs and TV shows about wines, wine tastings, you attend wine tastings, and so on. So basically, if you are a corporate flight attendant, if you want to be a corporate flight attendant, you have to talk about those hobbies. And sports. Sports always, for any job, it's a good way to do it. You have to mention that you love being fit, you look after your health, and so on. Also, if we talk about time management, what can you say? So, for example, personal development courses, right? That you always go to various self-development courses. Hi, ladies. Hi, everyone who is joining. That you, for example, develop yourself as a personality. You always go to the professional development courses and read books on how to improve your time management, interpersonal skills, your creativity, and so on. Also, for corporate flight attendants, would be good to mention such hobbies as decoration of something. Yeah, for example, food plating, or for example, even anything to do with styling or etiquette, right? So, for example, interior design or etiquette courses, things like that, right? So basically mention even like flowers, anything to do with flowers would be good, right? So you have to be talking about those things. Okay, and communication skills, always useful to mention languages, that you study languages and you love languages. So once again, I'll round up. If they ask you about your hobbies, speak about sports, that you are fit, you love going to the gym, you look after your health, that you love food and drink knowledge, right? That you attend different seminars, courses, professional development courses, you follow celebrity chefs, you go to wine tasting events, etc. Also that you read books and attend seminars and courses on professional development, but as a personality development courses on time management, etc. And that you always listen to some, let's say, psychologist online podcasts or YouTube or whatever, bloggers, to know psychology better, how to deal with clients, customers, etc., and language skills. So those would be perfect hobbies to mention if you're applying to any position in customer service. Mainly, precisely, corporate flight attendant. Okay? Next, where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's a tricky question because some girls, when we prepare for the interviews, they start talking about, I'll have kids, a house, I'll be living somewhere on the beach, etc. To be honest, nobody's asking about your personal life. And in general, when you have an interview, it might look like it, they ask me personal details, but they mainly are interested in you as a professional, as a personality, not your personal life. So don't speak about owning a house and living somewhere on the beach and having 5 kids and a dog and a husband, etc. In corporate, if you're a corporate flight attendant, if you want to be a corporate flight attendant, speak about that you will be flying successfully for them, right? That you will be working for them, that you will be having a lot of flights. You will have completed all possible courses and qualifications for that position. You will have improved your English. You will have learned Spanish, let's say, or French or German. I don't think Italian would be a very important language, but Spanish, let's say, or Chinese, lovely languages, French, German would be probably more important than Italian if we talk about European languages. Obviously, some Nordic languages would be good as well. If you dare. Okay, so and English, 100% you have to mention that you will have improved your English skills. Do not speak about growing and developing, growing in your career, climbing the career ladder. No, speak about horizontal improvement within that position, within that role. That's why we have to be talking about 2 tenses here, future perfect and future continuous. I will have done something, it means in the future the action will be completed. right? So I will have improved my English. I will have completed courses by that time, yeah, in 5 years' time. But if we're talking about future continuous will be doing, it means the action will be in progress at that time. I will be flying, I will be successfully flying for your company. I will be having approximately 5 flights a month, for example, or 10 flights a month. I will be, let's say, doing that for your company, right? So future continuous will be doing something and future perfect will have done something, right? Use those two tenses when you answer the question about where do you see yourself in 5 years. Okay, so I'll repeat myself. You have to use future perfect continuous and future continuous when you respond to the question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I will be successfully flying for you. I will be doing all necessary jobs. I will be expanding my geography, for example. I will have completed all possible necessary courses. I will have graduated from the uni, for example, or college, whatever. So mainly those things, okay? So about hobbies, we've covered hobbies, we've covered where do you see yourself in 5 years. Next question, you can hear actually my dogs snoring. They're here. Sorry, it's not me, it's not my husband. They are my lovely pugs, Botcha and Candy. Okay, so next one. Why did you quit your previous job? Why did you resign? Why did you quit? Or why do you want to resign from your current position or your present position? Why do you want to quit? This question might be also, what don't you like about your current position, or what didn't you like in your previous job, right? Okay, first thing, never speak about other people, companies badly. If something bad, you have to always say that I am the problem, not them. I am the problem. It means something didn't work for me. I am to blame. The company was perfect, but I am to blame. Never, ever, 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 ever during your work interview mention anything negative about your current or previous company. So, I have fulfilled all my potential and I don't see any possibility for growth. I've achieved everything possible in that position and there is nowhere to grow. Nothing new to learn. I don't like the geography of the company, the geography of flights. I don't feel that I'm suitable for office job. I would like to be flying more, to have various passengers, customers, clients, right? I don't want to be stuck in one place if we're talking about business aviation. But if it's customer service, just no possibility for growth, right? I'm stuck in one place, in one position, and I don't develop, don't grow. Yes, you ask me if they ask about timetable, about schedule or schedule in American English, schedule in British English, schedule. Okay, it depends on the company. If we speak about a company that you don't know the schedule yet, the timetable, then don't mention it, because if you say, oh, I don't like this and this, and that would be obviously the schedule in another company, so you don't want that. So, but if you are sure that you are getting 2 on 2, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, then you can mention that in my previous company, the roster, the schedule was different and I didn't like it. I would like to have a stable schedule, stable roster. working hours didn't suit me. That's totally fine, but you need to know what working hours you are getting. And in customer service, very often, schedule or roster is really shitty. We all know that. Okay, so those would be the things to mention when you answer about what don't you like. Why do you want to change? What don't you like in your position? Only mention certain things that are about you, not bad things about your company, colleagues, or employer. Okay, let's go further. If they ask you, give a mark from 1 to 10 evaluating your work, what will your manager say? What I recommend from 1 to 10, not to give 10 because there is always room for improvement. You don't want to brag, to boast, but you want to sell yourself, right? So what you need to say is 9 because there is always room for improvement. So give yourself a 9, but not 10 because there is always room for improvement, okay? Obviously, they can ask you, have you ever lived or worked abroad? If that's about the job that involves relocation. So you have to mention that. What conditions will suit you? So that's actually more a general question than a specific one, a tricky one. So how to answer that question? Be honest. Be honest. If something really doesn't suit you, don't mention it. Because anyway, if that's something you don't like, so don't lie about it. If you really don't care, then just speak about the conditions that this company is providing. Next one, why do you want to work for us? What you need to say is that, first of all, read all possible information you can on the internet, okay, about that company. Why they are asking this question is because they want to see if you are really interested in them or you are just trying to get any job and you are not interested in them. Your job is to show them that you are definitely applying for them. You're interested in them. Read everything possible, okay? Everything possible you can. Speak about reviews from other employees that they have very good reputation on the market. They're a very stable company. They treat their employees nicely. They care about their employees. I wouldn't mention salary though. In general, I wouldn't advise speaking about financial things. Yes, you can speak about perks, bonus and perk difference. Bonus is this commission that you earn, right? Perks are all non-financial things you're getting. Phone, car, for example, petrol allowance, etc. So perks, you can mention perks, but I wouldn't speak about bonuses and salary, okay? Next one, if they ask you, if we hire you, will you leave your current job immediately, straight away? What they are trying to find out is your notice period. Notice period is when you are resigning, right? You give notice period. It's usually 2 weeks or 1 month, depending on the company, or 1 week, 2 weeks, or a month. Depends, it all depends, but they just want to find out what is your notice period. So be honest and tell them. I know a lot of girls for corporate flight attendant, what they say is, I can start immediately, but I will take a vacation or holiday time off, paid time off or unpaid time off in my current job. I'll have some flights with you. I'll see how it works, if we both are suitable for each other. then I can quit my job and start working with you full time. If companies allow that, not all companies allow that, but if this is an option, that's a good way to go about it. What expectations do you have from our company? That could be also a question asked. And what you can say is friendly environment, supportive colleagues, possibility to grow, right? So those would be the things to discuss, right? So or be honest, say what you expect from the company, but that's probably what everybody expects from the company, to be paid on time and to be paid according to the workload, right? And that brings us to another question. What are your salary expectations, right? What's your salary expectations? Speak about, I'd like to be paid according to my workload, right? And on time. Some companies will actually present the payment in the job ad. So when you get job description, you will have salary presented there, or at least the range starting from. So you can mention starting from, right? Or I'd like to be paid according to, I'd like to be paid average salary in my field, for example. That would also be a good question. But again, I know a lot of companies will be asking you directly, will that salary suit you? Think over and always have in mind what salary you have in mind. So be clear and be honest with yourself. Okay. Yeah, so those would be actually the main questions, the main tricky questions that you can hear. Yeah, so we've covered already during our first live stream, I've covered competency-based questions. You can see my other videos on ITG videos. We've covered behavioral questions, and today we covered tricky questions. So guys, if you have any questions how to answer certain interview questions, just text me and I will prepare you videos how to answer those questions, okay? And good luck with your job interviews. See you soon. Bye. Thanks for joining.